Okay, good day. Welcome to the channel. Today I thought we would do some pumpkin carving here. Looking online, most of the places you see, they just have a thing you can download some templates, or you can, they talk about, oh, here's some pictures of these different extravagant designs. Not many actually explain, like, how are you gonna go and do this? I thought, how hard could that be? So I'm gonna try and make it a little bit better than the University of Arkansas, which, don't ask me why a university has an entire page dedicated to pumpkin carving, but they have such hot tips as, oh, the hole's not big enough to get your hand in, to make the hole bigger. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna try our hand at this, and to make it easier, we're gonna be using some different power tools around the shop, because that's where we are and that's what we're doing. Now I'm not gonna be using any like pre-printed templates. This one is a little worn on that side, but that's a little bit of a bigger one. And we got more of a traditional kind of round guy here. So I thought I'd try two designs. I thought I'd try like more of a traditional pumpkin here. So I'll draw a template myself by hand. And this one I thought I'd try something a little bit different with that technique where you shave off the outer rind and then you leave the sort of the whiter flesh behind there, and then you can make designs or writing or whatever. So I'm just going to try that on this one, see if I can develop a technique for you. Okay, so the reason why I don't want to draw directly on the pumpkins is because if I make a mistake, now I got these marker marks on the pumpkin that are hard to get off. But also, even when you make a circle and then you cut it out, usually you can see the marker outline around the circle, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw my pumpkin design for this guy over here, and then I'll just apply the paper and use it as a template to make the cutout. So okay, so I got my little smiley face design. We're going to try to put this on the small pumpkin here. I'm going to try to fit this guy. So this will take up a large portion of the pumpkin there. So I'm not sure how this will work, but we're gonna try something like that. And but before we get going with that, we gotta cut the hole out, and we're gonna take out the guts of the pumpkin. So let's get into that first. We'll set this design aside. We'll get this one hollowed out first, and then we'll try the template. Okay, so I got a few different types of hand tool type knives. Got a carpet knife here, a razor, an old bread knife you use for cutting rock saw insulation. So, but I think for this one, we're going to try to keep it a little more consistent. Up and down with a knife, you can kind of get jerky. You tend to cut off in a straight lines. We need to make a nice circle for this, so I'm going to go with the jigsaw. I think this will help us keep better control. And as always, when carving pumpkins, remember your hearing protection. Okay, now before you can cut in with the skill saw, you're going to need to puncture in a little pilot hole. I'm using a 15/64 drill bit. And we're just going to go kind of around the outside here, so we'll just like that. Perfect. Okay, now we can get our blade in the hole. All right, now we just, here, perfect, see? Okay, here we go. Perfect. Good enough. Trim some of that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. How'd that? There. Okay, we're doing good. Now we got to get the goop out of the inside. Okay, now for getting the guts of the pumpkin out, what we're going to use is our paint stir tool here. So this has little flights on the side that I think will scrape that out pretty good. We'll see how it works. And I just have this on to a cordless drill so that we can just power the guts right out. So, I don't know if high gear is going to be better. We'll start with high gear. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Okay, so I was hoping more would wrap around the stir stick, but I think I did mulch it up, so it might just pour out. Okay, now we're just gonna tip this guy out here. Okay, now we got most of the seeds out. There's just some stuck along the walls. So we're gonna take a longer handled scraper, paint scraper here, and we're just gonna sort of rake this stuff on the side. Okay, so full disclosure, I did cut my thumb a little bit with that paint scraper. I was wiping off the sharp end. I got a little too close to my thumb, so maybe be cautious with that. Anyways, We almost got all the goop out of here, and then we're gonna move on to the template. All right. Perfect. Okay, so for the smaller eyeball, I'm going to use a little spade bit, 1.5 inches. I think this should work okay. Let's give her a try here. Perfect. Okay, for the larger eye, they don't make the, I don't have a bit big enough, but I have a hole saw here. So this will keep the hole. You could use a jigsaw, but this will keep it more consistent and a nice smooth round circle. So here we go. Let's try to center to a template here. Just poke it through. There we go, perfect. Okay. I'm gonna try to hold the template paper a little bit better here. Here we go. You know, I guess the hole saw doesn't have the depth to get all the way through the rind, so I'm going to use our carpet knife here, and we're just gonna gently get in behind there, and now we can follow the. Oh, I'm already off the track here. We'll just kind of follow the groove that the hole saw has already made, so we keep that nice even eyeball look here. The knife is a little bit big. I think we're gonna get her done. So work it back and forth here, and that should be good to just push that eye in. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, now the middle part of that eyeball, I want to keep as a pupil because that's where the hole saw sort of made its little pilot hole. We're gonna cut this out, and we're gonna suspend it in between the eye socket right in the middle there to make it all fancy like. So that's kind of neat. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so you want to grab yourself maybe depending on your pumpkin, a chunk of 2x4 or something. We're just gonna block up that pumpkin there because I can get the smile a little bit better. So for this one, I figured we gotta sort of make a lot of sort of long curve lengths. We're gonna use a roto zip tool. So this is typically used for drywall and whatnot, but I think it'll go good. Okay, so that worked pretty good actually. The stencil kind of held up to the end there. Now we're done with the stencil. We can take this off, throw that away. Okay, so now I got my outline and my smile there. I'm just gonna go through it with the zip bit again and just dig all the way through the rind there now that we got our outline. I'll do that. Okay, so this is working pretty good here. We just got a little bit of goop kind of hanging out of his mouth, but that's that could just add to the effect too. It's getting worse. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, so now we're gonna put our pupil in here, and we're gonna give this guy some crazy teeth there too. So I'm gonna go cut this guy out of the pupil. I'll just take a knife or something. Maybe I'll take the rotor tool and just zip this out, and we'll put his pupil in the eyeball. Okay, now in order to kind of have this like floating pupil effect in there. We're going to use some sticks or something just to sort of suspend it kind of vertically in that eye socket there. So toothpicks would work. I don't have any toothpicks. We'll find something around the shop here. Actually, there's something right now. I got like some wire. Wire would work okay. Okay, let me strip this wire. Okay, we got some copper wire. This should work pretty good because it's kind of, you know, it's kind of orange. It kind of blends into the pumpkin, so it shouldn't be too obvious. So we want to cut this, you know, about there, and just sort of goes past the eyeball. And then we're just going to insert this through the pupil like that, and into the rind at the top. We're going to go past it a little. Oh, come on, get in there. Okay, and stick the bottom part there into the rind in the bottom, and then you can like slide the eyeball wherever up and down you want it to be. You can even make them like look side to side if you want. Okay, now we're going to give this guy some teeth here. So for that, we're just going to use some nails. We just got some like little simple cheap nails. So we're just going to tap a bunch of these nails up into his jawline like yo. And give him a bunch of crooked, gnarly teeth. Whoop! Okay, that one went a little too far. You want to make them visible. Okay, I'll punch a bunch of these in and see what I can figure out. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good. So just put the top back on this guy so it's all there. All right, so that's one pumpkin down. Now we're going to try a different technique on the other pumpkin. But one thing I read online that says you should do is, now that you've exposed this rind, this is subject to a lot faster decay. So, you know, the pumpkin's a little mushy. So in order to preserve that, they suggest use like petroleum jelly, which I don't have any. But I figure probably easier than that would be to use some sort of like spray, like penetrating oil or something. I'm gonna not cheap out. We're gonna use the silicone lubricant. We're just gonna give her a little bit of that, just to, there we go. You know what? We'll just put a little bit on it. We'll give it that nice glossy shine. Okay, on to the next pumpkin. Okay, for this pumpkin, we're just gonna take the outer rind off and then let the light shine through. It's like a backlit kind of an effect that they do. So I'm just gonna make a little picture, maybe like a little haunted house. I'm not a good artist here. But I'll draw a little picture of a haunted house. We'll try that. And if I get really fancy, maybe I'll try to put like a word or something up on the top. Maybe put my channel or something on the top. So I'll just set up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I think it's going to end up being a mixture of maybe just a chisel, just to sort of like just shave off, you know, just shave it a little bit like that. That might work. And I'll see what else I can come up with. Okay, I got a little picture of a haunted house. I'm just going to try the chisel and see how this works here. We're just going to try to get just an outline down of that house. It's going to be obviously thicker than the pencil line. Just going to try to go there. Okay, good. Okay, just going to cut that off nice and square, the peak. Perfect. Actually, this works pretty well. Okay, I'm going to work on this for a little while. We'll do a time lapse. Okay, I got a little haunted mansion. I tried a little fence on the side there, so we're gonna see how that shows up later. We still have to cut the tops of this pumpkin off and de-gut it too. But I want to keep it sort of all together until I get the wording done, and then I'll chop out the top later, just so I can hold on to this and sort of steady it if I need to. All right, so I'm gonna try to put a word on the top here. Maybe I'll try to put Jeffrey verse. That's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot of work. So I don't know if that's going to go so well. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just put like a moon. Like I'll put like a crescent moon or something on the top here. Maybe some like clouds or something like that. But I'm going to experiment with something here. To make fluffy clouds or whatever, I think I'm just going to like try to like just sort of lightly brush off some of the rind. And to do that, we're gonna try using an angle grinder. So we have a little cutting disc on this guy. I'm just going to try to just sort of back brush this and see if we can sort of contour the thing the way we want it. Here we go. Okay, so this would probably work better if I was actually an artist, but this is supposed to be a haunted house, and then there's a crescent moon here with like some clouds moving past the moon. It actually worked not terrible. I have to see how this is backlit when it's done. But that the chisel worked okay for straight lines. I was trying to use the angle grinder to get more of like some swirls and stuff like the clouds would have. But we'll try it. Okay, I'm going to degut this guy, and then we'll backlight it and see how it looks. There we go. I'm not talented enough to write my whole name in the. There we go. Just there. Perfect. Okay, let's get these things on the step and see how they look lit up. Well, the light is awfully faint in this guy here. That rind really blocks the light, but I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. I like that guy. He's pretty good. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Everyone have a safe Halloween, and leave a comment below or hit a like. Hit subscribe if you have not already. It helps out the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.